Hello and welcome. I'm Tracy Pa with another edition of Scope. UNDP resident representative in PNG, Nicholas Booth, said not having enough women holding political office illustrates that democracy is failing. With the amendment of the Organic Law on integrity of political parties to increase the number of seats for women parliamentarians, it is a start to reviving democracy. Research shows women in office are more likely to prioritize policies around healthcare, education, and social equity. Their leadership styles also frequently emphasize empathy, collaboration, and community building over traditional combative political posturing.
Past elections, the level of violence and intimidation in elections has risen.
The number of women in political office in Papua New Guinea is among the lowest in the world, with only 3 women occupying 3 of 111 seats for the 2022 to 2027 term. They are Raikos MP Kesisawang, Governor for Central Rufina Peter, and North Bougainville MP Francisca Semoso, no legislature. As preparation for the 2027 national elections underway, the Registry of Political Parties has pushed for the amendment of the Organic Law on the integrity of political parties to increase the number of seats for women parliamentarians. The law was finally passed on March 24, 2026, paving the way for more women leaders in the country. The challenge is with political parties to endorse women in their party for the 2027 national general election. It was announced at the 2026 Political Party Development 3-day conference held early this month in Port Moresby. Registry of Political Party Registrar Emmanuel Pork warned that should political parties fail to endorse women's representation for 2 consecutive terms, a penalty will be enforced.
Political parties now in the 2027 elections will, from the total number of candidates that they will endorse, 10% of them must be women candidates. If a political party endorses 50 candidates, 5 must be women candidates, and that's compulsory. If they fail to endorse women candidates for 2 consecutive elections, it's a ground of deregistration. Political parties will be deregistered.
UNDP resident representative in PNG Nicholas Booth said not having enough women holding political office illustrates that democracy is failing. However, the amendment to the law is a significant start to reviving it.
It's late, but better late than never. It's coming in time for the next election, and that's what counts. As you say, it's just amazing to think that there's only been 10 women in all the different parliaments in the 50 years of independence. And we've only got 3 in the national parliament now out of 180. And that's one of the lowest numbers in the world. I think, Vanuatu and Tuvalu are the only places in the world with a lower representation of women. And the global average is about, nearly 30%, and here it's more like 3%. So we have a huge, long way to go in strengthening women's representation. You can't have, democracy is failing if the 50% of the country who are women are only represented by 3% of the MPs. That's always going to be a big failure and the blot on democracy.
Booth said enforcing the amendment law should turn out a good number of women leaders with strong political capabilities come 2027.
Things about this law is also going to strengthen the political parties, and political parties have a huge role to play in a good democracy. But this 10% quota is essential, and it's a great start. Of course, now we've got to make sure every political party has got to obey the law. We must make sure that quota is observed in the next election. I don't want to wait for, parties to fail twice and then get deregistered in 12 years' time. We haven't got time for that. We need to make sure every party nominates their 10% quota for this election. And they need to be the best possible women candidates.
Key obstacles for women in politics include strong patriarchal social norms, high campaign cost, violence, and a lack of support from parties and voters. However, Gender equality and the significant role women play in the society continues to thrive as many fight these challenges to contest as part of their democratic right. PNG Electoral Commission confirms that there are 7,326 wards throughout the country where women are part of. These women are advised to register to vote and participate in the 2027 national general elections.
To encourage all women that have not registered or put their name on the electoral roll, they need to go to our respective electoral offices in the 22 provinces. We will be sending our teams out right to the ward level. So all the women out there, please ensure you go and register and make sure your name's on the roll to vote come 2027. So it's important that women participate in this democratic process to ensure that they elect their leaders, and very importantly, women leaders must be considered as part of the choices in voting.
You're watching Scope. Still to come, we revisit the success of the 2026 PNG RFL Academy program. But up next, we continue the conversation with women in politics. A women's touch in politics could make a whole lot of difference in democracy. Stay tuned. Papua New Guinea women continue to face significant challenges in contesting elections due to the country's status quo. Since 1975, PNG has had 11 women in parliament, 3 of whom currently serve as parliamentary leaders. This has prompted the Office of the Registry of Political Parties to push for the amendment of the Organic Law on the Integrity of Politics to increase the number of seats for female parliamentarians. The amendment was enforced with a law passed on the 24th of March 2026. This will enable more women parliamentarians. According to UN Women, women's political preparation is a fundamental prerequisite for gender equality and genuine democracy. It facilitates women's direct engagement in public decision-making and is a means of ensuring better accountability to women. Acting Electoral Commissioner Margaret Vagi urged women leaders to step out of their comfort zone and contest in the 2027 election, as this is their democratic right guaranteed by law. Over 50 years, only 11 women have ever been elected to the national legislature. As preparation for the 2027 national elections underway, the Registry of Political Parties has pushed for the amendment of the Organic Law on the Integrity of Political Parties to increase the number of seats for women parliamentarians. The law was finally passed on March 24, 2026, paving the way for more women leaders in the country.
Participation in elections by women is very critical at this stage, but to see leaders being elected through this process, especially we see a very low turnout in the leadership in parliament and literally women. So coming 2027, we want to enforce this code of conduct, and with the achievement by the IPPC registrar and his team on the amendment to the Organic Law on the political parties, it's a critical achievement, I'd say, for women to participate in elections from 2027.
As the 2027 election preparations underway, issues such as bribery, intimidation, block voting, ballot box hijacking, interference at polling and counting centers, and post-election violence continues to weaken trust and burden the EC with endless disputes and petitions. Therefore, the Electoral Commission called on political parties, candidates, scrutineers, supporters, media, civil society and observers to stand the time and support EC to implement in the 2027 election and those after.
Past elections, the level of violence and intimidation in elections has risen. And what has transpired in 2022 and strengthening this code of conduct for the political parties and the scrutineers and their candidates. Yeah, so when you see at the polling place the political party, the behavior, the polling place into the counting centers, there were some issues and challenges that we face with scrutineers. And this code of conduct can give a guidance to on how they should behave, how they should support the process and follow the procedures from the nomination into polling and into counting and into the declaration of results. And the importance of having women participate in elections, that's a democratic equal playing field for women.
Pagi said that when these individuals play their part, accountability is shared, the burden on the Commission is lightened, and the credibility of the election is strengthened.
And challenges that we face as a team, we can all work together to ensure this is not repeated from 2027. So the importance of having women participate in elections and having the democratic right to elect their leader is important as well. I encourage all the political parties and the candidates and their supporters to work closely with the Electoral Commission and with the political parties registry to ensure we conduct a credible election come 2027.
She stressed on the importance of the PNG-EC Code of Conduct for political parties, candidates, scrutineers and supporters. The Code of Conduct aims to support the integrity of electoral processes, foster a peaceful campaign environment, and promote the orderly conduct of election, and women are equally respected under the Code of Conduct as well.
You can see it's more in line with the integrity of the political party and the candidates and scrutineers who are going to contest the election, how they should be guided by the Code of Conduct during the elections.
Sharing similar sentiments, the Registry of Political Party Registrar clarified that women have been struggling to adapt to the system of election in PNG. However, the PNG-EC Code of Conduct, which set guidelines designed to ensure that national elections are conducted in a free, fair and safe manner, sets the pathway for women to thrive come the 2027 election.
We try to clearly set out the guidelines. It's an 8-week event, right? From the issue of writ to campaign, to polling, to counting, and to declaration. It's an 8-week event, and the 8-week event needs to be regulated. People's behavior. We have seen changes in voting behavior. We have seen changes in people's attitude towards voting. People's behavior in the campaign period.
There are a few months left before the 2027 national general election. Women leaders in Papua New Guinea are encouraged to step outside their comfort zones and contest the election without fear or favor. Exercising their democratic right is a privilege they must enforce to see better growth and development now and into the future. Drop a like or comment on this story later on the TV1 online website, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. We'll be right back after the break to revisit the success of the 2026 PNG RFL academic program and congratulate the winners all over again. The final leg of the 2026 PNG RFL Academy Program Round Robin Tournament for Pool A and Pool B concluded successfully on Saturday, May 9th and Sunday, May 10th in Port Moresby. Mount Hagen Under-17 Boys Academy and Mount Hagen Open Female topped their representative divisions to qualify for the grand final against Under-17 Gulf Boys Academy and NCD Open Female on May 17 at the Santos National Football Stadium. Tony Acha, PNG RFL Head of Pathway and Development, said the program demonstrates PNG RFL's commitment to Junior Development Pathway and showcase the value of the established pathway program that is being replicated in 4 regions: Southern, NGI, Northern and Highlands.
For the first time this year, PNG RFL has added another layer to its academy program. The Under-17 boys, alongside the national youth competitions, Under-19 boys and the Open Girls Academy. The games played across 4 weeks in round-robin format that saw Pool A matches staged at the Sir John Guy Stadium, leading to the prelim and grand finals at the Santos National Football Stadium the following weeks. Participating academies include NCD, Central, Gulf and NGI, both boys and girls in Pool A. The Pool B games involved Lae, Hagen and Enga teams that were hosted at NSI Goroka. Tony Archer, PNG RFL Head of Pathway and Development, said the program demonstrated PNG RFL's commitment to junior development pathway and showcased the value of the established pathway program that is being replicated throughout the 4 regions: Southern, NGI, Northern and Highlands.
Them playing structured rugby league, regular football every weekend. This competition here goes for another 5 weeks, and our 17s and our female academy start their semi-finals next week, so more exciting times ahead. Most importantly, this is competition rugby league. You play, you go back, you train, you go to school, you go back and you have a week back at home, and then you come back and play the next weekend, and that's what it's about. That's competition rugby league.
The final leg of the round-robin tournament for Pool A and Pool B concluded successfully on the weekend of Saturday, May 9 and Sunday, May 10 in Port Moresby and Goroka, culminating in the grand finals the following week in Port Moresby. The 2 Western Highlands teams, Mount Hagen Under-17 Boys Academy and Mount Hagen Open Female, topped their respective divisions in Pool B, qualifying for the grand final against the winners of Pool A, Under-17 Gulf Boys Academy and NCD Open Female the following weekend on May 17. Mount Hagen Under-17 Boys took out the crown after defeating newcomers Gulf Under-17 Boys 12-8 in a fast and entertaining showpiece. Newcomers Gulf turned out to play, displaying their own brand of flamboyant rugby that kept the fans entertained but fell short, going down 8-12. While in the Open Women final, NCD proved the better side, defeating Mount Hagen to defend the title for the 3rd time. The Under-17 Boys prelim final was preceded by a fiery NYC showdown between neighbors NCD and Central, with NCD proved too strong in handing Central their first loss of the season. The match was followed by a female encounter between NGI and NCD. Both teams played their hearts out, but NCD girls used their size and experience to outclass the smaller NGI girls. NGI rookie coach and current female Guri player Cynthia Peter was proud of her girls' effort, with majority of them first-timers at the academy level, which should help their development.
Sama-saming nilainin, sama-saming karena sa me still play, but karena sa miserim experience lo me want all students are like easy straight lo communicate one time all because lo is like age now me pa start lang. Yes, game that me pa expect him lang, but me pa still proud because me pa kamantap lo semi or finals, so me pa lost 18-4. But good effort all girls for me put in. Despite now lo morning it me pa kalah lo balos kam, but still put this lang got this like energy, effort, potential game lol. Lanti good pa something me look lol, like especially all girls now stuff and some grade 5s to grade 12 stasol. No got college students or any other tertiary institution students. So good pa something lol, I'm like ose mi top penis, ose mi like me still currently play it. So time me come down no level lol, na mi share him idea one time all, explain him something lol. Like I the feedback also give me also all understand him na isla.
The Pool A matches staged in Port Moresby concluded Saturday with Gulf Under-17 Boys Academy and NCD NYC Girls through to the finals to meet Pool B winners Mount Hagen and Mount Hagen NYC. The flamboyant Gulf side surprised many with their athleticism, skill, speed and agility. Defensively, they were relentless, showing confidence and enthusiasm throughout the campaign. After the emphatic victory over NGI on Saturday, Gulf assistant coach David Wenner and his players were visibly emotional, celebrating joy and excitement.
Big thank you goes to the NRL Academy for this program to upskill our youths in the country, where we took them for 22 weeks of training, training them on the skills, ball handling, tackling, all this, playing the ball. So after 22 weeks now, NYC came in and we see that what they learned, they are displaying now, so we are very happy. Our losses were just 1 or 2 points, and then we came this far, so we have believe and trust in our boys, our officials, and our management. My also big shout out and thanks go to the Calviso management for always supporting us with little things, materials that they support us.
The successful end to the 2026 Under-17 Boys and Open Women Finals on Sunday 17 marks another milestone for PNG RFL junior development in the country. In the Open Women, NCD beat Mount Hagen to retain the title for the third consecutive time, while in the Under-17 Boys, Gulf Mount Hagen put on a spectacle showcasing a lot of flair in skill, speed and energy, both in attack and defense, that saw Mount Hagen prevail 12-8 over Gulf. Head of Elite Pathway and Player Development Joe Grimmer said he was impressed with the progress Mount Hagen made over the last 22 weeks, while also commending Gulf Academy, who were competing for the first time.
It's incredible, the level of where they were when they first started the program to where we are now. The completions are much higher, their understanding of the technical and the tactical, getting to the end of their sets, has just brought their rugby league to another level, this is set for set at the moment. It's going down to the wire, and it's just that the continuation of coaching and education and support, and more coaching and more training. It's fantastic. As you can see, there's a level of excitement. The game's slowly coming down, but it takes a lot of people to run this game, from executive management right down to the game day staff. If you can't all get onto the same page, it doesn't have this effect, or it's not as efficient as what today is possessed. We're looking to plant 4 more academies for next year. We've already been to Madang. We've just come back from Wewak. I'm off to Kavian on Monday, and then we're on a Highlands tour, Mendi, Jawaka and Timbul. Then we're off to Kimbe and finish off on Tardi. So we've got 8 areas that we want to have a look at, and we want to invest 4 more new academies into that Pathways program next year.
One of the most outstanding players in the Hagen side was halfback Simba Becky, the younger brother of Gulf ESO halfback and Hunters development player Felix Becky. Simba, who is a promising halfback, showed great potential to follow the footsteps of his big brother, both in attack and defense, and also have good game management. Meanwhile, winning Mount Hagen coach Benedict Vitti thanked PNG RFL for providing a platform for younger players to showcase and develop their skills over the course of the competition.
3 years, you've been working tirelessly, so after 3 years, I'm slow to start them, I'm looking to get them, so thank you, no one. Up, post lagin, I'm sacrificing school, time loan, or pass week, no training, no one good the support part. Also, train like through almost 25 weeks, come also, I'm walk, come so. But the 7 weeks, win. Sa future, no, agani goals na, PNG RFL, I'm all them, I'm bright. Because this is a good program, I'm running them. I'm going to mangi play, I'm going to school, I'm grade 9, 10, mangi play, so future play me, I'm bright. Future again, Eagles team, I'm bright now, PNG RFL, I'm bright, PNG Chiefs, to coming up, so future being bright in me. Although through long, slow, fundamental skills, all academic, maybe schooling will come, I'm right, so and future be me, I'm bright next time.
Withy described the result as a pleasing one for his boys, saying their sacrifices had paid off.
And that ends tonight's Scope. Visit the TV1 online website, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, and leave a like or comment on our Scope stories this evening. I'm Tracy Pa. See you next Sunday.